Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners, just like you, make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 121, and I am so glad that you are here today. You know, so many of you think that your business begins when you're doing this or when you're doing that. But today I'm going to share with you when your transformational business journey actually, truly begins. Because there is a point when it actually begins. And when you reach that point, that is when the magic happens. So today we're going to talk about it. If you are new here, I am so glad that you found this podcast. Each week I provide you tips and insights from my last 20 plus years as a business owner. And I can tell you now, it's been one of the greatest accomplishments and most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. So I'm so happy for you if you're new. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, whatever it is on the podcast player of choice that you're using on your phone, because you don't want to miss out on any future episodes that are going to help you. All this means is when you follow or subscribe to me is that you may get a notification that I dropped a new episode. It'll get bumped to the top of your little app so that you'll know and you won't miss it. So make sure you do that. And if you're new, I've got a private Facebook group for new business owners. Did you know this? It's called Women Starting Businesses, Doing What We Love, and there's a link below. So click it. Make sure you click it right now. And if you're new, I know I'm bombarding you with a lot of stuff, but when you're new, you got to get the goodies, right? I have a 16-step checklist that'll help you as you're starting your business so you can sit there and work through it. People tell me all the time how valuable it is for them. And if you're looking to start a business, but you're just stuck right now in the idea stage, you can't figure out how to match up your passions and your skills and all that good stuff, I've got a handy 5-page guide for you. So if you're in that idea stage, grab the guide. If you're just starting, get the checklist. And then either way, get in the Facebook group. Okay, you got all these things to do, but it's important. You're starting a business, right? And if you are a longtime listener, I just want to thank you so much. You all are so loyal, so amazing. Your reviews are so heartfelt, and they just mean the world to me. So thank you so, so much. If you've been listening to this podcast a while and you listen every week, but you've never taken the time to leave a review, would you be so kind to do that right now? It not only warms my heart and my soul, I can't help but think that it tells Apple and Spotify and all the players out there that this podcast is valuable. And we want to get this message out to all sorts of new business owners because there is no reason to flail around. you can build a successful business. And I want them to know that. So if you can help me by leaving a review, you can leave a 5-star review. It takes you 1 second. Just hit 5 stars. In Spotify, it doesn't let you do that, but in most of the other ones, it does. And then if you have a few minutes to leave a written review, it would mean the world to me. So that is it. On to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you today? I hope your day has been fabulous. I know some of you listen in the mornings. I just interviewed someone who's going to be on the podcast next week. Her name is Dr. Dawn, and she is one of my clients, and she's doing amazing things. But she told me when she first started listening to this podcast that she would listen to me every morning or whenever the podcast episodes came out at like 5:30 a.m. while she was getting ready for work. And I just love that. Made me so happy. And I know some of you listen to me while you're driving home from work or to work or on a walk or doing stuff around the house. And I just think it's awesome that you are seeking knowledge and motivation for this dream of yours. That's what I think is awesome about it. I love that you are taking steps because there are so many people on this planet that want to start a business. And I know some of them, they want to start a business, but they don't do one thing. They literally don't listen to a podcast, not one pod. They don't even know what podcasts are. They don't ask anyone for help. They just waller in this dream, but never do anything about it. But you're different. You're different. That's why you're here. So I'm just so glad because today we're talking about when your transformational journey actually begins with this business. Now, some of you are already taking steps and you're doing things. Like I said, you're talking to people, you are, or maybe you're just thinking about it, you're doing all this, but I want to share with you the 3 things that have to happen for you to actually experience a transformation. And you're sitting here going, do I really need to experience a transformation with this? And the answer is yes, it will happen for you. Once you start building a business, you will be transformed. Did you know that? You will be transformed from this normal person. Because I'd like to think we're all just normal people, right? We're not uber famous or like movie stars, or we're not Justin Bieber. We're not some Taylor Swift, we're not any of these things. We're normal people living normal lives, but we have extraordinary passions for things and we have extraordinary skills. Everyone's got them. And a lot of you have them in your mind. You know they can make a difference for people. You have a gift or maybe even a talent. You have this skill, okay? So let's just face it. We're not bragging. We're not being egotistical about it. We're just saying, I know I'm good at something, right? And you know that it can make a difference, right? And that's awesome. And so I want to talk about the first thing that happens or that has to happen to kick off this transformational journey of yours that you're on. And number 1 is you have to acknowledge this yearning in your soul to do this, okay? So as I said before, some people don't do anything. They don't really acknowledge it. Like they know it's there, but they're not really going to acknowledge it enough to actually take steps forward, okay? I believe the first thing that you have to have is an acknowledgement of what's in your heart, and that's a yearning to start this business, to build this business. You have to have a yearning to want to do this. You have to have a yearning to use that passion or skill in a way that makes a difference for people. Because I talk to women all the time and they tell me, I'm in a job now and it's not really being fulfilled, or I'm not really using my best skills to make a difference and it's driving me crazy because I'm just at this job, or I haven't had a job in a while. And so I'm not getting to use my skills and my passions. I believe that when you acknowledge that in your heart, you say, I'm not being fulfilled. I'm not using my skills and I want to really bad. I really want to. I want to use these gifts. I want to make a difference. I want to serve people. I want to create. A lot of you are creators. I never thought of myself as a creator until this business. I have to tell you that. And so that's why I'm telling you now, you are most likely a creator. And some people call it an artist. I've never thought of myself as an artist. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist. So I call myself a creator, but some of you may be artists. Maybe you have artistry with makeup, artistry with jewelry making, artistry with candle making. You may have something. You may have artistry with words because you're a copywriter, right? I call myself a creator because I love to create things and help people. And I'm a coach at heart with this, right? But you have to have that moment in your heart that says, yes, I acknowledge I have this and I want to use it. I want to use it. An acknowledgement in your heart and a desire to use it. That's the first step that has to happen, okay? And you may be there right now. You're just in that stage and you haven't moved any further than that. And that's fine and that's awesome and you're amazing. I love it, okay? The second thing that has to happen, you have to want to go from where you are today, right now, right this minute, to somewhere else, okay? And for you, that could mean starting a business on the side. For you, it could mean you've been a mom for however many years and you've been a stay-at-home mom and it's been amazing, but now you're ready for something more. In your mind, you have to say, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for the future to be different. I'm ready to use those skills that I just acknowledged that were in my heart and that yearning to do work that is fulfilling. And today I'm putting a stake in the sand and I'm saying, I want a different future for myself. I want to create something special with my gifts. I want to make a difference. It has to be in your mind that you are committing to yourself, to this business, and to the people that you're going to be serving, that you are about to show up, to get ready because you are about to be a player in this. And I may sound kind of like, oh my gosh, what is she saying? But it's the truth. In your mind, you have to decide that you're putting today behind because you are starting anew. It's just like if you start a workout plan, if you start eating different, if you're picking up a new habit, you not only have to have it in your heart to say, I want to be different, I want to do more, I have this vision, right? You want to make a decision that says today is today, and in about 2 seconds, things are going to start being different because I'm going to start pursuing something that I've wanted to do. I think this is where a lot of people drop out. I think there's a lot of people, like I said, that have a feeling in their heart. They don't really acknowledge it. I think there's another step forward where people have it in their heart and they feel that they want to do something fulfilling and they feel that they want to use the gifts. And now they're saying to themselves, okay, I want to do this. How do I do it? Then I think there's another step that gets to this right here, which is about your mind committing to doing this and saying, I am going to be different. My life is going to be different. I am so excited to make a change. They get here and it doesn't go any further. It just kind of stagnates. I've done this. I've tried to pick up new habits. I was like, I need to walk my dog every day. Okay, I haven't been walking my dog every day and it's like driving me crazy. I did tell myself for a long time, make your bed perfectly every day. And some days I'm not making my bed. I have not mentally made myself say this is different. It's so funny because a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember this. I think I talked about this, that my son was like, I'm getting in shape. I'm going to start cutting. He does this whole building and cutting thing with his weight workouts and his food regimen. And he was like, okay, I'm done. So I'm going to be eating chicken and rice and vegetables. And he had this whole thing. And literally that day, that next meal was exactly what he said he was going to do. And then he said, okay, I need to go to the store because I need to meal prep. The next day, he'd gone to H-E-B, which is our local grocery stores here in Texas. By the way, H-E-Bs are awesome. And he got all this stuff. We got all the containers for food prep. He was cooking the next day. He was going to high school every day. He'd come home and I'm like, I'm really hungry. I know I haven't eaten enough, but I got to stick on this plan because I'm trying to cut. There was no mental wavering. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, my mind is not committed to a lot of things in the way that his was during that time. And he had it in his mind, this is a short period. I'm doing this for 6 weeks. He didn't care that if we had some desserts and things in the house. Like literally nothing bothered him. Like that was it. I don't know how people do that because I have to be honest. There's not a lot of things in my life where I felt like, oh wait, I'm going to be different. But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it? I guess I did. When I started this business and I said I'm starting the podcast, I said I'm starting a podcast. I told my husband in 10 minutes. I'm starting a podcast. And I started looking up how to buy a microphone. My life was different. There was no other way. I think it has to get to you that way. It has to get to your head that way. And I knew when I was going to start this coaching business, I said, this is what I'm doing. I'm helping people because I don't want them flailing around. I don't want them not believing that this is possible for them. I don't want them to ever doubt the amazing gifts that they have that they know that they can use in a business. That's what I set out. There was no wavering. I guess maybe I have been like my son Grayson and did that. I just can't do it with food, and I can't do it with walking the dog, and I can't do it with making my bed every single day. Okay. Maybe there's some things that we can't do, but maybe there's others that we actually do. And I'm glad I had this realization here live on this podcast. Y'all are saying this is not live. This is recorded. But for me, it's live because I make one run through of the podcast and this is it. So this is live to me. Okay. I guess I did do that. I made a mental decision. I committed to a podcast first because that was the first step, and then immediately to coaching people like you. I made it. I made a mental commitment. I put a stake in the sand. I told people, I told myself, I said, what do I need to do? Which brings me to my third point. Okay, so we said the heart, the mind. Now we're saying the body has to move toward this. You will experience a full transformation going from you as a normal person that you see that you are into a successful business owner when you make these three transformations: heart, mind, body, when your body starts moving and going. It's not just the putting the stake in the sand. It's actually going from there to doing. Like my son saying, okay, his next meal was a healthy meal. He went to the store the next day. It was done. He was doing, right? So he committed that afternoon and then he was doing. I decided I was starting a podcast in 15 minutes. I'll never forget it when I saw it on my iPad or computer, whatever I was on, sitting on the couch, probably on an iPad, when it said I should start a podcast if you like public speaking. And I was like, I'm doing this right now. What do I need to do? And I started taking steps. That's what you have to do. So ask yourself today, where am I? Am I in the heart stage where my heart wants to do this? Or have I moved to the mind stage where I've put a stake in the sand and I've said, yes, I am doing this and I'm ready and I'm committed? Or are you in the body stage where you are moving? A lot of you are probably moving, and I'm so glad. Now we just need to keep moving in the right direction, because here's what I'm seeing is happening. Some of you are moving, but you're not moving effectively and you're not moving in the right direction. Think about my son going to meal prep. That was a surefire way to make sure that he stayed on track with his eating for the 6 weeks that he was cutting. He put measures in place to make sure he would stay on track. Are you putting measures in place? Do you have help? Do you have someone in your life that is helping you along this journey? There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of stuff you don't know. There's a lot of wayward roads that you can go down. There's a lot of things that you can be doing that aren't leading you to a money-making business. In fact, last week's episode, download it right now and listen to it after this episode if you haven't already, because I share with you 3 steps or 3 activities that people are doing, a lot of new business owners are doing, that aren't leading them to money. So make sure when you're moving effectively. If you're asking yourself, wait, I don't really have help. I don't really know if I'm moving effectively. I know I'm moving, but how do I know? Have I gotten feedback on what I'm doing? Is it working? Am I getting clients and customers all the time? If your answer is no, or if you know you would love to have support by your side while you are moving forward to make sure it's effective, make sure you reach out to me. I offer one-on-one coaching. We can knock it out. or you can get in Grow Getters, where I offer group coaching. Okay? And it's not me that's the end all be all. It's the point that you are part of something, getting advice, staying accountable, keeping motivated, learning more every day, getting feedback on what you are doing, and staying focused on what matters right now. That's what you need to be doing. If you are in this and you are wanting to live this business dream of yours, whatever that means to you, for a lot of you, it's a personal freedom thing. You want to be able to schedule work around your life. You want to be able to be present with your family and friends in ways that you haven't before. You've been wanting to make an impact on others' lives for your business, right? If you know that, and if this business means that much to you, then do it right. Do it right. Pursue this wholeheartedly, okay? Again, if you don't have access to help right now, while you get this business off the ground and making money, get help. If you don't have anyone, I'm here. One-on-one coaching, group coaching, because I believe if you are getting advice, if you are getting guidance so that you can fast track this, right, and get this going and start seeing results, you are going to be so much happier along the way, and you are going to experience the full transformation that I'm talking about. And it's hard to describe it. I don't know if you've been a parent or a parent of animals. I'm obsessed with my kids and my animals. But there is a transformation that takes place whether you have ever realized that or not, right? You've transformed into a parent. You've transformed into an animal-loving, goo-goo gaga, furry friend parent. I mean, that's me. I'm ridiculous. I tell my dog I love him like 800 times a day. I transformed. I used to be a cat person. We got a dog. So I was like, I need to get my kids a dog. They can't go through life without a dog. And this was like, my oldest dog is 15 right now. And all I ever wanted was him to live through my son graduating high school. And my son is a freshman in college. So thank you, Lord, for my little dog's long life. But my point is, there's a transformation. If you look back on things that you've accomplished in your life, there's a transformation that took place within you, with your heart, with your mind, with your body. You transformed. It's the same with this business. It is the same. This will be one of the biggest accomplishments of your life, whether you just sell at farmers markets or have an Etsy store, or this is a small business and you just make a few $100s a month, or whether this is something you make thousands per month, or this is your full-time career. Know that a transformation is taking place in you. Allow it. Commit all these 3 ways with your heart, your body, and your mind. This is how you're going to experience it. You need all these 3 things. You can't just be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This can be a part-time job that you're all into. I don't want you to mix this up that I mean that if you're all in or you're all out, all in means your whole life is sucked into this. That's not what I mean at all. I mean, you're all in with your heart and your mind and your body, and you're pursuing this with due diligence, okay? You're doing this wholeheartedly because you have a dream to use your passions and skills to build a business that makes a difference in others' lives. And how awesome will it feel to create something special all your own here? It's going to be amazing. You're going to get to make money doing what you love. I've been doing it for over 20 years, and new business owners that have been part of the programs that I offer are doing it every day. It is the greatest thing. It's awesome. It's amazing. And I love it. And I know you're going to love your awesome, fabulous, amazing new business too. So that is it. Y'all are wonderful. Make sure you get in my Facebook group if you're not already, because it's filled with women who want to support you too. And again, reach out. You have a quick question. My handle on social media is Start with Kimberly Brock. Start with Kimberly Brock on Instagram and Facebook. You can follow me, post anytime in the group. You can post questions. And again, reach out if you're interested in one-on-one coaching to knock things out as quickly as possible, or if you want ongoing support so that you can transform over the coming months. Just imagine in a few months, you could be different than you are today. think about all that you may be able to accomplish. It's so awesome. So I'm so honored to be a part of your journey. Have a wonderful day. Bye
now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.